Hi, beautiful sisters. Namaste. This is Marin from PriestessRising.com. Today, I am going to talk about the power of our negative emotions. Now, I know that there's sort of some irony in that because oftentimes we think of our negative emotions as bad and wrong, and that's exactly why I wanted to make this video. Because that is the biggest conditioning that keeps us separate from ourselves. Our negative emotions are not bad and wrong at all. In fact, they are part of our human experience. And in our habitual denying of our negative emotions, we are so cut off from an authentic part of ourselves that is yearning to make connection with us. Think of what you do when you feel a negative emotion. Everybody is different. Everybody has their own way of addressing it. But oftentimes, people might sit in front of the television or snack or socialize or go out shopping. Those of us, who believe that we're on a high vibration path might be obsessed with exercise or go to a yoga class or journal or do a juice fast. It doesn't matter even if it's something that's good for your body. If you are using that as a modality to deny your negative emotion, you're still abandoning the part of you that needs you the most. Every time that you're frustrated or sad or scared or exhausted or overwhelmed or lonely, there's a little girl inside that needs you, that just wants your presence. And what we've been so conditioned to do as a culture, and believe me, it's not your fault, it's just what you've absorbed from everybody around you, but we are so conditioned to fix. I don't feel good today, what can I do to feel better? Right? And again, I named all the list of things that sometimes people do. Fixing, doing, is a masculine response to those negative emotions, when in fact, it is such an opportunity for our feminine to come in. The deepest part of ourselves, when we feel negative emotion, it just wants to be held. When you're sad, the most beautiful thing that you can do for yourself is to practice a mantra of permission. Saying to yourself, I give myself permission to feel sad. Even as I say that, I can feel the spaciousness of it. When you give yourself permission and you actually speak that to yourself, it's like you are creating a spaciousness around you that says, I accept myself in this moment exactly as I am. And that is one of the greatest, most radical acts of self-love that we can do. When you are sad, the part of you that's sad just wants to be held. And in the holding of the sadness, you give yourself the spaciousness to feel the sadness, and you let that energy come, and you let your tears flow, and you let your vulnerability be felt. And the irony is, once you do that, you don't feel sad anymore. And that's the sort of the secret behind emotions. Emotions, the secret is right in the word, and emotion is energy in motion, emotion. An emotion is just an energy wave that needs to be expressed, that's getting triggered inside of you by something in your environment that's triggering an old past hurt or trauma response, that ultimately it's there because it's frozen inside and it never got to be expressed. Let yourself feel. Give yourself permission to be exactly as you are. Now, here's the other piece of this. We have been so cut off from our feelings. We've been told as women that our feelings are a burden, that, if we feel too much, then we're too emotional. And that's like, it's a bummer for the people around us. But our feelings are our authenticity. Our feelings are the guidance system of who we are. When we allow ourselves to feel, it brings us straight into the heart. And the problem with so much of our culture and all the ails of our culture is that we never go to our heart. We are a culture that is constantly in our head, totally cut off from our heart. But as women, when we take back, literally reclaim the rightness of our emotions, the rightness of our rage, the rightness of our sadness, the rightness of our fear, not as things that are bad and wrong, but as things that just are in that moment. When we take those back, it brings us right into the heart. And beautiful sisters, the heart is the sanctuary where all quantum healing can happen. The heart is where we must return to. That shift out of the head and into the heart is one of the greatest initiations that we will make on the feminine awakening path. And the fastest way to do that is to begin to give yourself permission to feel your emotions and to give yourself permission to be as you are. I hope that you will practice that prayer. It's such a beautiful prayer, so simple but so powerful. I give myself permission, ... You fill in whatever it is that's for you on that day. And to really speak it out loud, that's a powerful piece. Speak that out loud. Thank you for tuning in and for listening. I wish you a beautiful, beautiful day.